All right, hey guys, what's up? Steve Sleepy, welcome back to the channel. Pretty simple video today. I'm getting ready for a holiday rip on Monday with my buddies down in Southern Ohio, so I figured I'd give the Aprilia some new oil, a new oil filter, and a new crush washer. And so I'm new to the Aprilia game, and so I did a whole bunch of research, and I guess the oil is very particular, and most importantly, the crush washer. So I got an official Aprilia crush washer, official Aprilia oil filter, and then I actually even got their recommended Motul 5W40 motorcycle blend, full synthetic. So I'll be doing exactly what they want. I guess the big deal is that crush washer. I guess its tolerances are really, really tight, and then the drain plug actually has a little lip that pushes into that, and it has to be specific. So if you have an Aprilia and you have a Tuono or the V4 motor, make sure you get the Aprilia crush washers. I didn't come up with this. I've just heard every single other person that talks about doing oil changes on Aprilia say it, so I'm just gonna fall in line and say do it, but I also did get the proper ones. So, all right, so just a standard oil change. I'm gonna open the top, take out the bottom plug, let the oil drain, take the filter off, replace it all. So apparently, the Cleveland Air Show is going on downtown this weekend, and apparently we're far enough out west that we must be in a turnaround area for some of the jets and bigger planes, because that's about the 50th plane that has flown over the garage today. So it's making it a lot of fun to film. But all right, I'm gonna bring the camera in and let's get to work. All right, so we're just down here at the bike. I like to crack this so that when you take the plug out, the oil can drain freely. And we're gonna do that. All right, we'll put him safely over there. Does have an O-ring, so you definitely wanna check to make sure that you're not dropping the O-ring inside there, and that's gonna help seal everything, so don't lose that. And then this one's interesting, but it's pretty much simple. He's right down here at the very bottom. Just gonna loosen it. Oh, there we go. All right. All right, let's get this plug out. Get our pan ready, we're already dripping. Hey. All right, there it is. Fancy oil. Looks like it's in good shape though. That's good. I like when you take it out and the oil's not completely trashed. The guy I bought it from did say he did just change the oil filter. You got a magnetic little guy. We got a little bit of some dirt, nothing major. Some sludge, very fine shavings, no big ones. Yeah, I'm not mad about that. All right, we'll let this drain and we'll come back. All right, I'm gonna try to show you guys this. So this is why the crush washer is so important. So if you look at this, if you look in here, so when the crush washer goes in, it actually goes inside that lip. So it has to be very tight tolerant so that when you crush it, it goes inside that lip and causes a seal. Because once it's crushed properly, it's actually hard to get off. It's there, yeah, it finally came off. So yeah, that makes sense to me now. So make sure you get the real Aprilia crush washers. All right, back to the oil change. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. So there's my oil filter, and I'm gonna try to get it off without having to take all this off, because it's got a direct shot down here. Either way, there's gonna be some oil. So as long as I can loosen this thing, let's see here. Okay, I got it. Heck yeah. There we go. Come on, buddy. Come on. I'll get it. Okay, here she comes. I'm gonna have to clean that up a little bit. Let it drain. Come on out. And heck yeah. All right. There she is. We got the oil filter out. All right, I'll let that drain. I'll clean it up, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, probably because I'm insane or I have OCD or something like that, I noticed some tarnish on my drain plug. So I took this little Scotch-Brite pad and just took any of the discoloration off, just to make it nice so that there's nothing causing any kind of friction when this goes back in. There's no corrosion on it. And then what I will do, once I got that all nice, use a little brake cleaner here and just hose that off. That way we know we got a nice fresh drain plug. I like to keep everything clean when it goes back in the motor. Just a tip from me, your idiot friend Steve. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up in here. I'm gonna take a little of that brake cleaner, spray it on a rag just to give me some kind of a clean here. And I'm gonna get all this stuff off of here. Make sure it's not on the headers. Ugh, you don't want all that smell. We're gonna start going in the other direction. Okay, so here's our Aprilia new oil filter. Ba-ba. I'm gonna take my finger, dip it, and then put a little bit of that juice on here. Just moisten it up. Make sure that we're gonna have a good seal. It's not a dry seal going on there. And we're gonna go right back. And I've never had a problem just hand tightening oil filters on motorcycles. I mean, I'll give it a pretty good tighten, but I've never had one come off. I've never had one leak. If you wanna torque it or do whatever you're gonna do to torque it, that's up to you. But for me, it makes it a lot easier coming off, and I've never had one get stuck or come off. So I'm gonna continue to do what I've been doing for the last 35 years. I might be wrong, you might have a different opinion, that's totally okay. I'm not the kind of guy that tells anybody what to do. I'm just telling you what I do. So, all right, getting this guy hand tight, and then I'll wipe my hand off. All right. And wipe this guy off too. And now I'll give it a good tighten. Let me get a rag, or this plastic bag might give me a grip. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Oh yeah, that ain't going anywhere. We got our nicely cleaned drain plug, new crush washer going on there, tool, and we're gonna very gently put them in. And I already tried to clean the threads. Now, one of the things about this bike is that it's easy apparently to crack this oil pan if you go crazy with tightening this. All right, so it says about 22 foot-pounds or 30 Newton meters. That's pretty light, and I think my torque gauge in my arm is gonna be just fine. You don't wanna go too hard. Oh, that's about good. Because this could crack. That's one of the things that a lot of people say about this. It's a great oil pan design because it really gets the oil out, but if you're not careful, it can crack if you go too hard with it. All right, so we got our filter on, we got the plug back in. We're gonna go ahead and put 4 liters of oil in here. So let me get all that set up, and then we'll add the oil. I also forgot to mention, I did warm the bike up for about 15 minutes beforehand, then let it cool down for about 10, so the oil coming out was warm, and got all of that, so there shouldn't be any sludge in the motor. So, all right, new oil going in, and then we'll give her a start up. All right, so we got the Motul, and then here's something kind of cool I noticed. The oil in there was red as well, so I believe he was running Motul, so he did not lie to me, which is always a nice thing. All right, it takes 4 liters, which is exactly what this is, so we're gonna go ahead and put all of it in. All right, I'm gonna call that all of it. All right, and then the last thing I like to do is just make sure that this is clean before you put it back on. The same with this surface. Now, don't be putting stuff so it goes in, but if you come out and you pull out that way, you won't get anything in it. That way, you're not getting anything inside your motor you don't want. Again, make sure that O-ring is here and it's cool. This one looks almost brand new, so I'm gonna be okay with that. And we're gonna put this guy back in. So then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let that oil go down in there for a second. I'm gonna get the key. We're gonna give this guy a start, let it run for a few minutes, and then we're gonna check the drain plug, make sure there's no leaks there, make sure there's no leaks at the oil filter, and we'll call it good. All right, let's go get the key. All right, let's see. This guy over here. Okay, it's making all of its noises. And here we go. All right, we got no oil light. Good, good, good. All right, guys, that's as simple as it is. The girls got some new oil for the trip on Monday. And now, I'll celebrate with a little NA. If you guys haven't had any of the Go Brewing non-alcoholic beers yet, check it out. This Sunshine State Tropical IPA is the stuff. Unsponsored, I buy this stuff. It's really good. All right, well, she's ready. I'm gonna try to get myself ready, and then Monday we're ripping. I'll bring you guys along. All right, till the next one. If it works, it ain't dumb.